I just thought I would come down here and see what's up and have a live stream with you guys. And if we see anything cool, then we do, and if not, we don't. I mean, I don't know what's going on down here. I do know I was by here at 7:30 this morning, and there was already one pro-senator, anti-cap, I guess they're calling this, legislation. And so he was out here protesting at 7:30 this morning, so I don't know if there's anybody here. I thought there was supposed to be a protest today at 11. It looks like I'm seeing people over there. So there's a lot of glare on the screen, so hopefully I can see the live chat. All right, let's see, who's this? What's up, Hillary? Good to see you. Glad you're here. I know you well. Welcome to the live stream. It's like we got 7 people in the room so far. Man, I'm having a hard time seeing it because of the glare. But hi, everybody. Welcome to the room. Lighting's going to be an issue today with glare, so you can see down this way is the Capitol. And there's definitely some folks gathering down there, so let's go check it out. So my homemade selfie stick today is the top half of the telescoping ProLine boom stand, microphone stand. And I just got it held in here with some tape. And I'm hooked up to a full battery on my pocket. What's up, yo mama? Yes, I got a recent haircut. Trying to keep it short and sweet. This is bound to be interesting today. So the big news boys are out here. So you can already see unloading here is KGW, Channel 8, our NBC affiliate. They have a remote truck here. They're getting their stuff together. That's a liquid head tripod there. Used to use those when I was a cameraman at EDS in Plano. Let's see. You should protest the NBA for trying to, I don't know, owner. I don't know. You guys are, I'm coming in the middle of something. Well, they're hooting and hollering at least. So it seems relatively peaceful. I don't know when I'm supposed to go. I guess when this turns on, I'm supposed to go, huh? All right. You can tell I have no pedestrian experience here. Thanks. So hope I'm not swinging you guys around too much. I don't know if you're familiar with our Capitol. It is a pretty Capitol building. We have the dome up there, which has the golden logger, or as I like to call him, the Oregon axe murderer. We have a man wielding an axe on top of our Capitol building. So I do have one benefit over all of these people, even though I'm opposed to this legislation and I'm backing the senators. I have the lowest carbon footprint of any of these people. I've been living off-grid for 3 months, making my own electricity. So they may be talking the talk, but I walk the walk, right? So big applause on something. Yeah, definitely. I don't mind being Johnny on the spot for this. I live so close, I couldn't not cover it. Let's see if we can get close enough to hear what they're saying. They don't have any amplification, so we'll have to listen real close. Let's go to the other side where we're in front. I don't know if you guys can hear me whispering or not, because it's real quiet. I don't want to disrupt them. It's like they're having a round table, looks like.
Only one who's down.
Hey, what's up, girl? Hey, you're on the Sage Wonder live stream down here. One of my viewers here.
Hi, everybody.
Say hi to everybody.
Angela running for Congress. I put my hat in.
No kidding. Well, high five on that. Wow. How do you like my my makeshift mic stand selfie stick
there?
I love
it. I love it. I'm jealous. I need to up my game.
Right?
I just got my Android.
Well, you can see, look, I tell you, my phone's broken. People don't believe me. Look at that. This is
oh, yeah.
Like 800 videos on this broken phone.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
Well, I was going to try to get close and see if I can hear what they're saying.
I know.
I can hear the cheering, but I can't hear the people. Why aren't they using the PA, I wonder? Like there's a PA right there. I'm gonna hoist you guys up to see if you can see.
We're not here because it's pleasant. We're not here because it's fun. We're here because our democracy is under attack. And I see a lot of black and brown bodies in this crowd. And we have to remember that our ancestors
I just found out I'm black. Thanks, Ancestry DNA.
We have been here and we all have been here and we'll fight for our future.
So guys, what it looks like we have here are those students that we might have seen on the national news feed, or some students like them. They have the shirts that say they'd be a certain age in 12 years, which, you know, that seems to be the running dialogue, that we have 12 years left to survive and then it's over for everyone, which I find very laughable. It's, what was his name? The vice president, you know, he said we were all supposed to be dead by now. We're supposed to all be in Waterworld by now. But I'm going to look them all up in 12 years and find out if they still think the world's coming to an end. Let's see if they can hear what they're saying. So I don't know, it seems like it's a small protest. Honestly, it's about the size of the other protests they had here. There doesn't seem to be any sign of any combativeness, or nobody's fighting anybody. It's all relatively peaceful. Yeah, this cat here in the orange, so we might have to talk to him. The Timber Unity guy, he was down here at 7:30 this morning, set up on the back of his truck. Okay, so now they're chanting, throw them out, or vote them out. Well, that's good. That's the only thing they can do. Really, there's nothing they can do. I think it would be stupid to send the state police after them. Besides, what are they going to do? They're all in Idaho. So really, all you can do is vote them out. So it's up to their own district to disagree with them and vote them out. But yes, Antifa is not here. I don't see any sign of any of the... This is more like environmentalists for the most part. So we get that message. We want to see if maybe they can shift it up and we'll have another one. A different message, maybe. I wonder if any of the people yelling vote them out live in the district of the senators that are in question. Because I bet they don't live anywhere close to them. You know, several of the local reporters for local news have been going around and interviewing people from the districts that the senators live in, and the people from their district actually are, most of them, in 100% support of the senator's decision to split town and force this to a ballot vote instead of being something that's decided by a democratically controlled Congress. So, I mean, I think that, you know, both sides are pretty well drawn here. To me, one side makes sense, one side doesn't. This is what brainwashing sounds like. This is what brainwashing sounds like. This is what brainwashing sounds like. I'm gonna put this one on my rap record. You know, we're doing some of this. We're gonna do some of this hip hop. Me and my boy are putting out this country rap record. And I think we're going to put that groove on there. What democracy looks like. This is what brainwashing sounds like. This is what brainwashing sounds like. So I guess I don't understand what repetitive chanting does to help folks, or to further the cause. Makes them all feel good, I guess. They're calling this one lady got a sign that says, stop GOP coup. It's a coup. Only to a leftist could running away be a coup. Running away from them is aggression now, I guess.
Climate justice! When do we want it now? What do we want? Climate justice!
Climate justice. I've never heard that one.
Climate justice! When do we want it?
That's definitely going on the record.
Climate justice! When do we want
What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? Hey, we're dancing to it.
This is a republic, not a democracy.
I was dancing with my folks here. I'm on the.
Oh, I want in. Yeah.
Of course, we're country dancing. I'm from Texas, right?
Right?
Climate justice. Have you heard climate justice before?
Look at this boy with a sign about jobs. He ain't even old enough to climate justice.
What do we want now? What do we want? Climate justice.
Have you heard the climate justice line? I've not. What is climate justice?
I mean, I would like to see justice for people that are locked up unjustly for things like marijuana and, stuff like that. Climate justice?
I don't know. Are they going to arrest me because my carbon footprint's too big? One thing I can say is that
Last week it rained and then it was sunny.
Well,
It's called weather.
one thing I have over a lot of these folks is that I put my money where my mouth is. I may not agree with the legislation, but I have the smallest carbon footprint of any of them. I've been living in a van for 2 years.
Yeah.
And now I live in a tiny cabin in the Texas outback, and I make my own electricity from solar power.
Nice.
And I've been living off grid for 3 months. So I put
I'm jealous.
I walk the walk. I don't just talk the talk. So most of these people are wanting climate justice, but they're going to get in their
SUVs.
right. They're going to get in their
throwing
air
glitter out the
conditioned
window.
car, and they're going to go to their big house with air conditioning, and they're going to sit down and play video games. They're going to have every light in the house on.
Yeah. Let me see the tiny home in the wilderness that they live in.
Right. Yeah, I live in 420 square feet, so.
No hot pockets, no peace.
What are your people saying? I can't even see mine because of the glare.
No hot pockets.
No hot pockets, no peace. That's hilarious. Tell the folks your name again. They're asking.
My name is Angela Roman, and I'm running for Oregon's 5th Congressional District. Not only have I seen the craziness from the inside out, but I continue to involve myself in the craziness to stand up for all Americans. Even if you can't vote for me, I can vote for you when I'm in D.C. So spread my campaign, spread my name.
Awesome.
God bless you.
I know her because I saw her completely cuck an Antifa guy. Like, she just beat him down. Like, the stuff she said, I don't know. It's like the worst thing my sister ever said to me, but on steroids. So, yeah, he felt this big when it was done. So she ought to go up there to D.C. and kick some butt. So.
You see this right here?
What
Last
is it?
Friday night at the bar that
Did you
I worked
get
at.
in the knuckle buster?
There was a gentleman who decided he was going to put a cigarette out on his girlfriend's face. So
Ouch.
You should see the other guy. I don't just talk
Ow.
about standing up for women, I actually do it.
You might break your little pinky. You might
all
break
right.
your thumb.
Bones heal.
I want my MTV. Wait, they're singing now. That's my wheelhouse. That's like what I do.
This man is incredible. What's your name again? Give everybody your info so they can
Sage Wanderer on YouTube. Sage Wanderer on YouTube. Yeah, I'm kind of all over this story right now, just because I'm here.
First
I'm an
time I ever
opportunist.
met
I'm
him,
here.
He already knew me before I knew him because he had seen my infamous video of getting in Antifa's face.
Makes me want to beatbox. I should have brought my bongos, man. Time for a bongo solo up in here.
Are those environment friendly?
I'm sorry. I'm a little mockery when I come to these things. Just a teeny bit. It's just.
I want to know why he pointed out that there's a lot of black and brown people here and that their ancestors fought for their right to do this. Why does it even matter what color they are?
But
I have ancestors that fought too, but I don't bring up their color.
Did you hear the news? Ancestry DNA told me I'm 3% black. So suddenly, so many things make sense in my life. I never could play basketball, though.
Email me for your reparations.
I wonder if you're part black, if you have to pay the reparations or not. Maybe you get a 3% discount.
Oh my God, the llama!
Awesome.
The llama!
It's a llama mama.
They were here for a Second Amendment gun rally, and I asked them, "Is this a Democratic llama?" And they said no.
He's not.
I busted him.
That's funny. Look, it's a llama, y'all. I wonder if they actually spit. I think this one's a nice llama. Hopefully he's not prone to spitting.
You actually had this llama down here when there was an anti-Second Amendment gun rally going on, and I had asked you, is this some kind of Democratic llama? And you told me that he has no position, but yet I see you at all the Democratic events.
Okay, so the point is, he in himself is his choice. Okay?
So you're choosing for him to be Democrat. Okay, cool. Thank you.
So he's, you know, the llama's only coming to the Democratic thing because he's a Democrat. The llama himself is neutral. Apparently the llama is not
Make sure
neutral.
that what you're quoting is miscorrected. So
Wait, we want to get the llama politics straight. This is for my people are going to love this, seriously.
nobody cares about your people, all right?
30,000 people? You don't want to talk to 30,000 people? Oh, well. I never met people that didn't want to talk to 30,000 people. See, they think I'm just like, I don't know. That's okay. The llama, though, that's kind of cool. I never did understand what he was getting at, whether the llama was a Democrat or Republican. But it really doesn't matter until they start moving for llama rights. Now, when the llama gets the right to vote, that's when it'll actually be pertinent. What the llama actually thinks politically will be pertinent whenever llama gets the vote. I think the llamas will get the vote first in Peru. That's... No more what? They need bullhorns. This makes about as much sense to me as the last Biggie and Tupac records. I don't know. So, I don't know. It's not a big riot. That's a good thing. The llama is his guardian. Yeah, who's in charge? Who's the boss of that? The man or the llama? Y'all make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. That's the rhythm. You're right. Y'all make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. They can't even get an original rap, man. They had to rip that one off. Love this dog. Okay, I'm thinking about getting a dog like this when I go back to Texas. I don't know. I know if I keep him from herding the neighbor's cows. Can you see him? What's up? Say hello to 30,000 people.
His name's Woody.
Woody, what's up, Woody? He's an Aussie?
He's a mini Aussie.
A mini Aussie?
Yep.
Is he what, 35, 40 pounds?
He's not 20, he's about 20.
How much they cost?
Anywhere from free to a lot, depending on where you find them.
I really want a Nova Scotia duck tolling retriever, but they're $5,000.
Oh, yeah.
They're the same size?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good size.
That is a good size.
Yeah.
A miniature Aussie. Miniature Aussie. Hey. I have cows across the street, though, so
Oh, do you?
I don't know.
They're actually pretty good. I mean, if you train them to only go because they're working dogs.
Right.
You have to train them to not run unless you tell them to round them up.
We'll have to make his job the frisbee, and then he won't focus on the cows so much. Thank you. So that's the pro-timber folks here. So these folks here are, I think they're opposed to the legislation. Everything seems pretty laid back. They are protesting llamas. I wonder if he's the Dalai Lama or if he's just a plain old ordinary llama. So this reminds me of youth camp with all my teenagers when I was a youth pastor. It's just the words are different. They're just it's hanging out. They're gonna have s'mores later, I think. The planet is not a partisan issue. Well, it isn't part of it. I don't know. I think they should take some of these folks out in like December and take them out to the PCT and let them go for a walk and see if they still feel loving, warm feelings for the planet. I grew up in this country. The planet around here is trying to kill you. It's trying to freeze you to death. It's trying to drown you in the river. It's trying to blow you off the road. Yeah, the planet here is not your friend. If you think so, just go spend some time in it. The planet has a grudge against humanity. It really does, in fact. Not a big fan of the planet. We've been working for, like 10,000 years to subdue the planet. We're almost there. But, you could still starve to death, freeze to death, or die of thirst. just because you lost your way. Like, I'm about to make this 1,800-mile trip, 2,200 miles, depending on which way you go. A lot of place through there where the world, the Earth, you know, Mother Earth, is like trying to exterminate me. See, I'm a conservationist, but not because I think it's destroying the planet. I'm a conservationist because, like, Americans spend too much money on everything, and they live too high a life, and I don't know, to me it's kind of ungodly, but that's why I do it. Don't push my beliefs on anybody else. What's going on? Well, it looks like a kumbaya. There's about 50 kids sitting in, maybe 40 kids sitting in a circle up here, and they're singing, and I don't know. The left has convinced them they'll all be dead in 12 years, so it's kind of like a funeral, and church camp had a baby. Yeah, that's what I think. Who's brainwashed and has a lot of issues? I love this commentary. You can't screw the planet. It's wearing a chastity belt made by Everlast. Yeah, I don't know about global warming. The last time I went to the mountains, this country tried to freeze me to death. We're learning new rhythms for the rap record. We're getting ideas for the rap record. We met a miniature Aussie Shepherd, Australian Shepherd, which I think I really want one. How's the beast running? Oh, you didn't see my update on the camper van. The camper van is very ill. It may have to stay here. It's gonna have to stay here. I'm gonna leave it here for a retreat if I need to come back. Oh yeah, the globe is warming, now it's cooling. It's called seasons, right? That's a good one. It's time, riot! This is probably the peacefulest. I have noticed that, like, the environmental demonstrations tend to be more peaceful than, say, like, I was out here for May Day, and I came by for different things, like maybe Cinco de Mayo year before last, and there's always something going on down here, but the environmentalists tend to be kind of peaceful. But I don't know, back in the 80s when they were doing the spotted owl thing and they were driving railroad spikes into trees trying to kill loggers when the chain hits the nails, you know, the chain comes off. When that was going on, people were fist fighting and stuff, but, you know, that was another time when everyone all still had their testosterone that God gave them. It was before the soy boy revolution. Trying to figure out what y'all are talking about, get in on the conversation. It does sound like a homecoming game, right? I was thinking youth camp, you know. Yay, team! I need to get some, like, you know, it's like cheerleading. Do your job. Represent the people that sent you. Do your job. Do what's best for your constituents. Do your job. This is a republic. Do your job. Everyone needs to do their job. Why am I not at work? I'm the only one doing my job. I'm here at work. Well, me and the cops, we're at work. The KGW News is hiding way far away, I think. They were here a minute ago. I think they got bored. Well, they're waiting for the 12 o'clock news hour, maybe.
Yeah, we have one on.
Now, these people are healthcare activists. I don't know what they have to do with the environment and carbon taxes and...
Taking care of.
So just in case you're just joining us and you're like, what are you doing, Sage? Why are these people out here? What are they chanting about? What is this all about? So if you haven't been following the story, our Oregon Republican senators walked out to block a bill that might potentially raise gas prices 20 cents per gallon and raise people's home heating costs by 50%. And the democratically controlled supermajority legislators were trying to force it through. and the senators were blocking it because they wanted to go for a vote to the people, because they think that most working class people of whatever party are going to be opposed to this because of the financial repercussions, the financial impact this is going to have on the people of Oregon. So there's the update. The Oregon senators left the state under threat of arrest. Supposedly the state police are looking for them, but I can't really, I've not heard that they're actually trying and they're actually doing anything. So they're probably like, yes, Madam Governor, we'll get right on that. And then they went back to their donuts, which is a good idea. That's what they probably should have done. A little blue flu, a little passive aggressiveness is going to make this go away. So all they got to do is stay out of the state until this session expires, which it expires on Sunday, I think. And when that happens, then they got to start all over again, which gives them another opportunity to bring this to the people for a vote instead of having the legislature decide this epic and life-changing, hey, I can say I'm more of an ecologist than any of these people because I have a tiny carbon footprint. Like, they should pay me carbon credits, right? Is this fake news? No, we're live here at the Oregon State Capitol. Right there, we are covering this epic, small but mighty. I'm trying to get the. There's the top of the Capitol.
I'm going to work.
You're going to work?
I gotta go.
Isn't that funny?
It's been great, but this deplorable has to actually
When they
go
were yelling,
on
do your job, I was saying that I'm the only one out here. Me and the cops and the KGW news people are the only ones actually at work.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at work right now.
Yeah.
Because YouTube is my job.
Of course, we got our Oregon push
One of my
back
jobs.
here. I see those signs everywhere. I drove to Tillamook last weekend, was campaigning in Tillamook, and those signs are all over.
Yeah, it's. I've been talking about, instead of war, having a peaceful separation, but I don't think the people along the coast want to give way to this valley politics either.
No,
I don't think the fishermen out of Tillamook. I mean, plus there's a lot of loggers around Willamina. They're not going to want to play this game. They're not going to want to give their country over to these people. So
you know what? Tillamook is so beautiful, and they are clean, and they're patriotic.
Right.
Problems. I mean, I fell in love. Like, I would move to Tillamook if I had the
And
opportunity.
the cows are really happy. They have really happy cows in Tillamook.
My kids weren't too thrilled with the smell and stuff, but I took them straight into
Tillamook's
the
a
country.
dairy town, and that's where they make Tillamook cheese. Just so you have more of a local audience, and
I'd rather smell that than the homeless.
I'm not sure who all's in here, but I think you're probably talking to several states and several foreign countries right now.
Hi. Oregon is beautiful. Please help us rid these crazy far leftists who are ruining our state.
So, what do you think? Do you think the militia was really serious about backing up the senator?
Well, I would hate to freak you out. I hope I don't get arrested or anything.
Now, say what you want, because we're on the right side.
Why don't you zoom in on
3%?
that?
Can you see that? I can't. This is so bad because there's a glare. She has an Oregon 3% tattoo on her leg.
I haven't inflicted violence on anybody. I've actually had quite a few peaceful conversations with people. So,
well, it's like I've been telling
get rid of that narrative, especially because a lot of our 3%ers are former military, first responders. We have current law enforcement in 3%. I don't know what this crazy woman was saying.
She
'cause
says
was
they're in
being
favor of killing
rude
people.
the way that they are.
I'm actually an advocate for peace. I've been.
You want to talk about murder? Kate Brown murdered Lavoy Finicum. Can we have that discussion?
There's a sore spot right there. But
Don't talk to
lately,
me about
I want to know what you think about this. Lately, I've been pushing the idea of peaceful separation. Like, let's just divide up by voter districts, and we'll just have different countries, or we'll split states. Let's let Eastern Oregon join up with Idaho and Eastern Washington, and let them have it.
If we do that, and I've heard that a lot, but if we do that, the part that we leave to them is going to be the next Skid Row, like in LA. Skid Row is 50 blocks. And it has 4,200 homeless people, drug needles. Our law enforcement are coming down with typhoid fever that has already been eradicated. They bring in so much trash and disgusting with enabling drug users and providing needles and feeling bad and not doing anything for when you're walking by a homeless person taking a crap on the street. Enough is enough.
But I mean, is it to the point where we have to use, the people are talking about using force. They're talking about this going to blows. There's a lot of rhetoric on both sides. And I'm essentially, hey, I'm a warrior monk. I'm prepared for war, but pray for peace. I'm a double black belt with a knife fetish. but I pray for peace. I always try to be a peacemaker. The Bible says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. So that's like my goal. But at the same time, you know, where's the breaking point? How far are we from it? What do you think?
I could sum it up for you.
I mean, how fed up are the 3% with all this crap?
So, first of all, we are not the aggressors. We do not inflict violence. And the rhetoric that's going around in the media is just absolutely disgusting. Like I said, we are everyday blue-collar, law enforcement, military, regular people who just care about our country and are sick of seeing the leftists shove it down the tube. And like my favorite founding father said, if war must come, may it come in my time, so that my children may always know peace.
So you sound like a lot of my subscribers. I've lost some subscribers by being peaceful, but I also say this, because I am a warrior, that...
Oh, believe me, if it comes to my door, we're going to get down.
I see myself like the Patriot in, you know, in the Mel Gibson's Patriot. You know, he was the guy arguing against going to war with the British until it was at his doorstep, and then he turned it on full force. And that's kind of me. Like, I'm not going... Well, my son had a reputation for being a brawler in school, but they called him the finisher because he never started anything, but he always finished it. So hopefully we won't have to finish something. But there's a saying in Texas, and pardon my French, if you got young children, close their ears up because I'm going to use a 4-letter word. Because in Texas, they say, don't start no shit and there won't be none.
Right.
And I think that's where we stand with the Eastern Oregon, Western Oregon.
How is it in Texas? I'm curious because here... if you are in school and you are getting bullied and a bully comes up and just hits you out of nowhere for no reason, if that child who got assaulted fights back, they are expelled and kicked out of school too. Our children are being punished for defending themselves.
So in Texas, we have things called independent school districts, and they are very independent from their funding to their internal organization. And so every school district is different. In Dallas, you might have that kind of thing happening. You know, I had an issue when I moved out into a small town called Perrin, because when boys had a disagreement, they would just take them out behind the ag barn and let them fist fight. And so when my son whipped 3 of them at once and put 2 of them in the hospital, then they decided they want to do something to him. And I said, you know, you better be careful. I'm going to call the Dallas News and tell them you still let boys go out behind the ag barn and fist fight. So it just depends on which part of Texas you're talking about.
Right.
And, you know, Texas is still mostly red, but, you know, the blue areas are growing.
Yes, they are.
And, you know.
It's the plague. It's the new version of the plague. You know, everybody calls it cancer. I don't call it that anymore because, you know, I have friends who have cancer and they don't ask for it. This is the plague. The plague was created when rats and filth was left to be able to be in the streets. And that's what we are facing right now. This is the plague. Don't call them Democrats. Don't call them leftists. Call them the plague.
Well, from a historical perspective, I've got to say that, you know, if you've studied the communist takeovers, they kind of all start like this, and it may take a few years to wind up, but eventually they just take over.
Yep.
You know, as much as they're against guns, eventually they take up arms. Right.
They've already done it with the media.
You know, I guess they'd like to take over and it be bloodless, and I guess the only way it could be bloodless is if we just all rolled over and let them have it. But I don't see Eastern Oregon rolling over, and I don't see the rest of the country rolling over. And you know, clearly, I don't believe in man-caused climate change. But at the same time, I have the lowest carbon footprint of any person here. I defy anybody here. I defy anybody here to have a smaller carbon footprint than me.
Well, the part that bothers me is they sit there and say that, you know, we are the ones that are causing it. It's like Republicans want a cleaner and better earth for our children too. We just have brains and understand how that needs to happen. This kind of stuff that they're pushing for is ridiculous. I heard a lady up there talking about, we only have 11 years left. She was like a miniature AOC. The world is not going to end in 12 years. If God himself wanted to, he could throw another meteor down here and take us all out like he did the dinosaurs, okay? So no matter or funding or whatever you put into it, it's something that can't be controlled. What we can control is the homelessness, the drug and alcohol, the mental health, all of that. we can control that.
I just don't believe there's any real scientific proof that global warming is a real thing or caused by humans. In fact, what we're seeing is, I think, a standard deviation.
Is that gore?
Well, you know, it's just like the Earth sweats. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's cold, like a menopausal woman. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's sometimes it's having a hot flash. The Earth had a hot flash for a while. It reversed. Now we're having a cold flash. But they're still hung up on the data from a few years ago when it's already reversed and we're in a cooling trend. And everybody knows that. And some of my people are saying that, you know, the chemtrails are what's causing it. You know, if it's man-made, maybe they're the ones making it, right?
Yeah.
They're blaming it on us. I don't know. They got the PA system on. Let's go see what they're talking about. You got to go to work?
Yeah. This
Show us your T-shirt again.
This deplorable has to go.
Okay, then we're showing the T-shirt.
AngelaRomanForCongress.com.
Angela Roman for Congress. Make sure and vote for her. She definitely can talk up a blue streak.
Hands
you got
down,
the rhetoric now.
hands down, I know legislation, but I am just a regular person, and we need to bring this government back to we the people for the people, and that's something that I'll bring, and I will stand up to AOC and Pelosi because that's just who I am.
And she can sure dress down Antifa because I've seen her do that myself. I love you too. Have a good one. Let's hear what they're saying.
Is committed to this struggle. Are you? Because speaking for the people who are behind me, we are. Together we'll move forward. My friends, the whole world is watching Oregon right now. The whole world is disappointed.
Well, 30,000 people here have access right through this stream.
But the whole world can become proud of Oregon because the whole world needs Oregon. We need you. We need ourselves. We need to stand together. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Senator Dembro has said what needs to be said.
How's that angle? Are y'all able to see it all?
We are here. We have gotten this far.
Was that a good angle?
with
I can't see.
Enormously important legislation on the efforts for years.
It's okay? All right.
Of thousands of people, including hundreds right here today. And there are just a few who have kept this moving, kept this negotiating a very difficult process, and primary among them is Senator Michael Dembro. And we all I know probably much of what you've been hearing, maybe some of it's accurate. It is a very discouraging day. I have to beg you, I don't think I need to do this because you're still here. Many of you are veterans and have been through a lot of disappointing days. I have to beg you to keep going, to understand that what will determine the outcome of this struggle globally, because what's happened the last week here in Oregon is part of a national struggle that's building. We've got caught up in it almost as collateral damage. For us to understand that while we didn't foresee this,
It's true, man. It isn't. It's a national disagreement.
put in the way, and this one's been a big one. But the only reason we've gotten this far is the efforts of you and people like you. We will win this. Please keep the faith. Let's keep together. Let's save this state.
I don't think they'll win it because the science isn't in their favor. Ultimately, the numbers will tell the truth. They can only hide the numbers for so long. When the bend in the arc of the cooling and warming trend, when it arcs back, it already has arced back. They'll have to recognize it eventually. We're watching now, so we are tracking the actual warmth and cooling of the Earth. And you know, it's natural. They're just all freaking out for something that's natural. There's no proof that it's human caused. It's actually normal, you know. We just haven't been recording temperatures and being able to keep records for very long. I mean, cosmically, you know, in the big picture of the age of the Earth and all of that. Yeah, the numbers don't lie. So basically what's going on now, just like a big thank you for standing up to the big bad climate deniers, and we're gonna win in the end. It's just like, it's a yay, let's all pat each other on the back and show each other how good we are moment. And apparently Angela and I are the only kind of agreeing voices out here, but I'm just documenting it, you know. Not trying to fight, just trying to show you what they're doing. Now they're pledging allegiance to the fight. I guess they're raising their hands. Let's go back up and look. Are y'all bored yet? Welcome, Texas. Good to see you. Everybody sound off. I got 146 in the room right now. You coming down here, Lisa? Come on down. Illinois. Welcome, Illinois. Texas. Yep. Sound off from what state you're coming from. Georgia. Welcome, Georgia. Georgia's watching. Texas is watching. Illinois is watching. Denver's watching. Indiana's watching. Virginia's watching. Seattle's watching. Sonora, California's watching. Kentucky's watching. Pac Northwest, New Hampshire, Tennessee, Canada's watching. Missouri's watching. Washington State, California, Nevada. So you've got a good portion of the United States represented here watching live on the Sage Wonder live stream.
The rich and the poor is ever growing.
Let's go back up and see what's up.
That more families than ever are just one paycheck away from not having a roof over their head, or not being able to take care of a sick kid and having to make a decision between caring for a family member and losing their job, or being deathly afraid to do something as basic as driving a car because they're undocumented. These are not special considerations. These are rights that all families have.
So I guess she's talking about immigration now. Change the subject.
For a healthier, safer, more secure state. That's what people ran on, and that's what we expected them to deliver. And it is a travesty that there are 120 amazing bills that advocates from across the state, both conservative and liberal, both Republican and Democrat, have been working on.
So she's talking about the bills that won't get voted on because of the walkout. The other bills, not the bills, not the main bill, the other ones.
That are just not going to happen. All of this work that we've put in, all of this collective work that we've put in, and belief in the system and this institution, really, they're just not going to do it. We're not going to balance a budget for some of the largest class sizes in the entire country. Oregon ranks among the worst as far as our education system is concerned. Yeah,
the schools here suck. That's why I went to private school when I lived here.
It's a travesty, and this is what we're up against. And so I'm really grateful that you came out today. From whatever your issue is, whatever drives you, whatever motivates you, we're all here together because we all recognize we fought for a better state and for a better world, and right now we need those legislators to deliver. And they need to deliver.
So I know we're not on the right side, but the same side, but that girl can talk, right? She's got it going on. Got to give her props for that.
Okay. Is Molly in the crowd? The Democratic Party?
I'm sure some of those kids got Molly in their pocket. They're looking for somebody in the crowd. So yeah, she was very articulate and well-spoken, right? Passionate. Who they got next? This is like open mic night. They're trying to decide who talks.
Next, we're going to have Paige Spence from the Oregon League of Conservation Voters tell us a little bit about
Oregon League of Conservation Voters.
Hi, everybody. Really, thank you for being here. I don't have anything to add message-wise in addition to what our bill champions already said. We don't know what's going to happen next. As I think it was Senator Dembro mentioned, we are not the...
Okay, it's a small world. I know this girl from somewhere, not politics, like a party or something. I've met her.
So we have to end the legislative session on Sunday. That's the constitutional sine die. The governor can call a special session at any time this summer, and she did make a statement.
I saw her at a gig. She's at one of my shows. That's why I know her. She's a fan of the band.
Continuing to be here is the best we can do. So whether the Republicans come back tomorrow or whether they don't come back at all until the end of session, it's just really important to continue to show our presence and our dedication to this bill. The Senate is going back onto the floor at 3. As some of you may have seen this morning, they'll kind of just gavel in, do a quorum check, and then probably gavel back out. But in general, while you're down here, feel free to grab me or Shilpa or anyone else. We're happy to.
So I think the Democrats are in on it because they're getting a paid vacation, right? They can come in, clock in, go back home, smoke a bowl, watch some video games. Hey, they probably worked on it together. Like the Democrats are like, we worked so hard, we should have We should have a break, like, so you guys pretend to run away, and then we'll just shut everything down for like 3 weeks, and we'll all just have the week, 3 weeks off. And the Dems are like, okay, and the Republicans are like, all right, we'll go out of state. They'll make it look good. They're probably skiing. Wait, ski season's almost over, so I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me to find them all down in Cabo snorting coke. Alright, so I don't know that anything massively exciting is going to happen here. I guess we're about 45 minutes into the live stream. I'm going to step away and just converse with whoever's in the room at this point. Wait a minute, I have 4,000 people in the room. Is that right? I have 4,500 people in the room. Yeah, I'm not going to go away. I think I'm going to go back here. There's 4,000 people watching. Is that right? Holy crap. That's my biggest live stream ever. Sorry. I'll get more serious. There's 4,500 people watching. Let me go in and see if you guys want to see what she has to say.
She is the political director for Bikun.
¿Se puede? ¡Sí, se puede! ¿Se puede? ¡Sí, se puede! ¿Se puede? ¡Sí, se puede! ¿Will we give up? No! Will we give up?
Oh, we're going to get the English translation. Okay, I thought it was going to all be in Spanish.
Hi, everybody. It's a very emotional moment for me to be up here. I am the proud daughter of farm workers in Hood River.
The old Marines' first church was in Hood River, the House of Prayer.
The land. I grew up in the cherry orchards and the pear orchards, like a lot of our farm workers across Oregon do. Today, Bikun represents farm workers all across Oregon and low-wage Latinx workers. It is no secret that climate pollution presents a major problem for our community. The economy and the health of our farm workers are tied to the land, and we're already seeing how climate change makes our jobs even more difficult. From decreased crop yields, impacting profits, to hotter, drier summers that create strenuous working conditions.
Actually, I think the drowning of the corn crops is the biggest thing that's going on now for all that rain that happened in the Midwest. That's like the big deal is rain. Rain everywhere.
Women are suffering miscarriages at higher rates in our fields because of diesel pollution, because of all the pesticides they're exposed to. That our families are getting increased rates of cancer and many other diseases. Bikun worked really hard on the Clean Energy Jobs Bill because our community is at stake. Farm workers, communities of color are at the front lines. We are the most impacted. Our youth are the most impacted by climate change.
I'm not doing on my battery. I don't even know.
We have to fight for the strongest
4,750 people. Is that right? No, 150 people. That's right.
And we worked across aisles. We worked with Republicans. We worked with Democrats. We even worked on a program in the Clean Energy Jobs that helps farmers move to cleaner equipment.
All right, I'm going to follow my instincts and step over here and talk about this for a minute.
And yet here we are.
So this lady's kind of tying together the plight of immigrant workers with climate change. So that was an interesting angle. My future dog. Say hello, future dog. Get him a drink. Check out them eyes. I think I want one of those. All right, everybody. I'm going to get over here where I don't have so much glare and take some questions. There's no sound? I have no sound on the stream? Is that what I'm hearing? Sound is good. Okay, good sound. All right, awesome. Very good. Perfect. 5 by 5. Excellent, excellent. So I thought there was 5,000 people in the room. It just turns out that we were like, I was looking at the time. I was looking at another number, so there's not that many people in here. So anyway, yeah, it looks like it's pretty much peaceful. I'm one of the few people out here that aren't one of them. There was a guy that was starting to get a little janky next to me, and he said, "What is this, grade school talk show or what?" And I just went, "It's one of them." The sound is great, awesome. So I don't know if you can see, it's not a huge crowd. I mean, it's a good size. I think that the rhetoric around the police coming to get the senator is what people are really paying attention to. And I don't know that this bill is necessarily at the forefront of people's. It's really more about the militia and the hype that went along with that, and why they shut down on Saturday. That's got the world's attention, really. So is somebody being rude in the room? I have no way of kicking them out. I mean, it's just kind of a free-for-all up in there. I guess I could, I don't know. Yeah, the right side of my screen is always foggy because you can't tell that it's shattered, and that I've made close to 800 videos on this channel in the last 2 years, all of them with this broken phone. Norm, stop being provoking. I don't know what he's saying. He's just, I'm taking their word for it. 30 people with big mouths don't constitute a crowd. Well, I will admit there's probably about as many people on this live stream right now as there is out here. I don't know. I'm pretty good at judging crowds. I'd say there's 300 people out here. If I was going to go to the doorman and say, this is my gig and all these people paid cover, I'd say there's 300 people in here, so you owe me $300 if it's $1 a head.
They're still teaching it in my parents.
Oh, my battery. Okay, so I forgot to reconnect. So I'm learning how to use this stuff. So I brought a second battery. And I was it died while I was doing this hot swap, and I'd found out now I can go and just turn back on and rejoin the stream. But I think it's using energy faster than the battery can produce it from the little backup battery thing I have. So, but hey, for those patient ones that hung in there, yeah, so what do you think about what's going on in Oregon? Are there any Republicans there? There was one lady running for Congress, as it turns out. We had a nice discussion on the live stream earlier. She's a fireball, let me tell you. I'm telling you, she can cuss out an Antifa really hardcore. What's up, Rick? Good to see you, man. This stuff's coming from your hometown. We're close to it. Hey, the stream's coming back. So we have a live troll apparently. Do I think civil war is imminent? I think that if we don't make some serious hard decisions, it's going to happen, whether we want it to or not. You know, the left is being very totalitarian. They're being, demanding. They're acting like bullies. And, I heard somebody at this rally say, "Oh, I'm at the Capitol in Salem right now, Salem, Oregon, at the Capitol for the protest." It's still going on over there. I took a break, sitting in the shade. Hey, you guys will find this interesting. Check this out. So this here is the stream yet. This is the tree protection zone. So do not disturb the tree. Only in Oregon would you have a fenced off tree protection zone. And yeah, I find that interesting. This one, he's like not, he doesn't need protecting. Like this tree needs protecting, but that tree, like screw that tree. This tree needs protecting. I don't know. There's a bunch of them. We used to be able to roam free under here, and now there's all this chain link keeping us from getting around the trees, apparently. So, yeah, I mean, the whole reason that the Republicans walked out is because they're absolutely, positively frustrated to death that they can't get any legislation passed. They don't have enough to even block legislation. And ultimately, if the only thing they can do is protest, and that's what this is. They left in protest. But it's also a tactical decision. The senators walked out because they're hoping to drive this